Hello and welcome to Automation Car Builds, where today I'm going to be taking a look at the car I entered for the competition, and I'm going to try and improve it a bit, see if, I can make some changes to really sort of make some drastic improvements. I am playing this on a different game version, so a couple of things have changed now. For example, transmissions, actually, there is actually loss of power at the wheel, so it is a bit slower, and little things like that, like for example, the stats now get penalised if you have low comfort, and other things like that. So yeah, but we're gonna see what we can do. Already, I have made a few changes to the technical side. The comfort, as you can see, 9.3 compared to 0, how it was originally. Yeah, I softened it up a bit. So I mean, it's scoring a lot worse now than it did originally, but I don't particularly mind. Yeah, anyway, so I suppose we should really go over a couple of things. Main thing I wanted to look at first was the brakes, which, yeah, considering sort of the way they're set up, I'm not particularly happy with this, and it's still telling me well, it was originally telling me there was too much fade on the rear, too much pressure on the rear. But yeah, clearly something needs to be done about this. So yeah, let's just sort of make the brakes normal. We'll go with a 60/40 bias. Put that back at 50. Let's just go with something sensible for next. So I did shrink the tires as well. So as you can see, not really much pressure needs to go to the rear. So we can basically just put that none. I wonder actually if drum brakes. Yeah, there's a big issue with fade there though. Is the thing. Although, yeah, the markets do prefer it now. I refuse to build a car with drum brakes. Yeah, from my testing originally, it did seem to prefer being a bit undersized on the front brake. Strangely. We can also probably change the pad types. That will make it a bit cheaper, as worse pads will sort of, well, make it less expensive. So yeah, I want to do that. There is still a massive fade issue, mainly on the rear brakes, just because of how small they are. It's just a big issue of I can't actually make it brake bad enough. I could adjust the cooling and give more into brake pressure. Now we're really starting to see some major issues, but a little more pressure to the front. We are just going to end up exactly the same as before, aren't we? Yeah, seeing as the competition seemed to want us to keep it relatively realistic, I don't want to go too insane with the adjustments, but yeah, I do kind of want to keep it realistic, and as much as it pains me to not min-max, I am going to yeah, try and keep it semi-realistic. We will increase the front. As long as I keep it above 155, I'll be okay with it. Yeah, it's over 155, it'll do. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's just how the game wants it to be. So there we go. Visuals now. We're sort of doing this backwards. I have already done some changes. Added a sort of the boot handle, and I also added these black bars. Changed the reversing lights. I'm kind of thinking, what if I mismatch them? Like, yeah, what if I did something like that? And made this like a fog lamp or something. It's a very sort of R34 GTR thing, thinking about it, but yeah, I don't know. I suppose you could tell where I get most of my inspiration from. Actually, yeah, if we do that and make that red, like that. Rear door handles, yeah, they can be locked. And I could do that just to sort of hide them out the way. But yeah, I shouldn't have used those handles. Would be nice if we could get a variant of that doesn't have the locks. I mean, I could go with these, but they're a bit modern. I kind of want to go with something a little more classy, or classic, 90s, retro, whatever. Yeah, there's nothing really sort of angular. I mean, I guess this is slightly more angular. And, I mean, we'll just go like that. Oh, well, plastic. I said plastic, that one. There we go. Yeah, just to sort of hide the lock. It works, I guess. So, door handles on. Rotate it a bit so it sort of follows the lines of the windows. Because it's not sort of it's not a parallel to the ground. It is sort of slightly rammed up straight. Really, I would have liked to have made that a dead straight line to sort of make it a bit more boxy looking, but I wanted to use a relatively modern body. There we go. The mirrors, actually, I mean, they weren't brought up in the thing, but I don't know, so they're a bit off. Now they're very off. So oh god, that's yeah, they don't want to be moved. Yeah, to be honest, that's just made it worse. Let's just Control Z. I want everything to be pointy and angry, square. I like angry looking cars. If you can't sort of tell, this is sort of my ideal car, to be honest. Yeah, this is really sort of the kind of car I like and want to build. We could try these. What do they look like? Yeah, we could probably mount them on the door. I mean, we could go like sort of MX-5 style and have them sort of mounted about here, because the Mark 1 MX-5 was about there. Make them plastic. Well, actually black, thinking about it. Would make more sense, seeing as there isn't actually too much plastic on this car, which, yeah, kind of fits in with like the EK9 and, I guess Rival. It's a bit underpowered compared to stuff like the EK9. Considering that also had a 1.6, but, probably a lot more aggressive on the fuel mixture. Exhaust, I did put a straight through on. For realism, I think a high flow three-way will only lose me 3 horsepower. I'm definitely not putting on a two-way. Yeah, I do quite like to do with that. And actually, major thing, aluminum silicone. I know it's not technically the most realistic thing, but compared to aluminium, there's a big drop in weight. Well, I say a big drop in weight. This engine's under 100 kilograms anyway. But, yeah, it's not that more expensive. In fact, as you can see, lower production units and engineering time. So I'd argue actually in the light campaign could be beneficial to use late game. And actually, yeah, that's helped with our stats and made the engine light. So we could maybe bring this up to a 1.7 if we want to be like Vauxhall, so no thanks. Yeah, we have also lost a bit of fuel economy, so or made it slightly less efficient. We could go with like a standard intake, reduce the service costs. I'm not sure if it really matters too much. I mean, it's 2 horsepower, so you know, we could probably go like maybe a tiny bit more expensive. I don't know. Try and boost the power up. No, that's a massive hit. Although if we go like 72, I like sort of lean it out a bit. I like making fuel efficient cars. Okay, I've actually matched it up to how it was before. I believe if we take a look at the fuel economy, it's actually slightly more fuel efficient, but slower accelerating. So can we maybe shorten the gear ratios? Can we sort of... Oh, that gives us a bit more lower down torque. There, I think we want to go. Tiny bit less fuel economy. I think, yeah, because we gain quite a bit of RON because of that. Yeah, that makes barely any difference anyway. I want to make more power. We do. I would just like to put it. We do have +3 on the cams and +2 on the internals. That's probably a bit overkill, to be honest. I feel like we don't really need that. Yeah. I mean, thanks to my ridiculously low stroke, actually, easy way of increasing acceleration. We'll just do that. It doesn't seem to affect performance by over-revving. So, yeah, there we go. That sped us up a bit. Yeah, pro tip, if you want to make a car accelerate faster, just make it rev higher. Because it means you can run shorter gear ratios and reach the same top speed in that gear. Again, with the gear ratios thing, I can spend hours. I'll try not to. I know this isn't particularly structured, but it's fine. Do I want to try and make this engine a bit heavier? Make it a bit bigger, perhaps? I don't know. Like, that thing, it is actually already... I mean, there's an arrow there. Also, yeah, I know they weren't expecting anyone to use long tubular exhaust with in a transverse car, but yeah, can you guys fix that if automation people are watching, which I doubt they are, but you know, it's worth a shot. Yeah, I forgot we were running loads of wing angle. We're going to try and lower this as much as possible. Wouldn't surprise me if they change something in the game to sort of discourage sort of crazy wing angle. Right, interior, could I go? Nope, they do not like that at all. I don't like the weight that gets added with entertainment. So, yeah, 100 kilograms there. I mean, it's 40 kilograms for that. I just, don't like it so much. What about running standard? No, they really like their safe cars. It's interesting. But, there we go. And I mean, it's just material costs. But there's quite a big difference. So, yeah, really you want to go with the newest safety possible. I do like the way the mirrors are placed now. They need to be a bit bigger. Yeah, there we go. That's, yeah, it looks alright, at least. This vent here, this was just put here because I needed to add a bit more detail. Again, with here, I'm really not a fan of the way I've done this indicator. Yeah, that didn't work. My plan was to make it sort of look sort of triangular and pointy and angry. Yeah, it doesn't really work. At least not like that. I think what I'll do, though, is take the things. What angle is it at? 3.4. Yeah, I don't know. It adds like a bit of a point to it. I don't know. Actually, if I make it... We'll like move this down. Make it a bit wider. Move that in behind it. And then just sort of add like sort of outlines to it. Does that look alright? Yeah, I don't know. It's just sort of detail for the sake of detail. At this point, I'm a fan of like sort of... I'm a fan of very sort of regular looking cars. Like I like sort of, you know, big spoilers and stuff, but at the same time I quite like sort of subtlety. Yeah, no. That looks dumb. No, move that up a bit. And sort of underline there. I don't know. It makes it look aerodynamic and faster, so we'll keep it. I added like some of those, but larger on the side there. We can probably use the bumper pieces to make the like the bumper bar, sort of trim pieces to make it look slightly more aerodynamic. I kind of like how that tucks away behind the handle. Yeah, that's quite neat. Actually, let's make sure it lines up. You can sort of see why I don't usually do these kind of things live. It's a lot of me umming and ahhing, really. I realise that YouTube compression and stuff is probably going to make all of these details impossible to see in white. So, yeah, maybe I should do that at least for like the details. Yeah, that sort of makes it. There we go. You're not going to miss anything like this. Should have done this from the start. Oh well. and just not mentioned it to anyone. Yeah, we'll need to paint the bonnet too. Oh well. Yeah, what else really? The rear light display was apparently too modern looking. I don't really know what to do about that. I'm not sure how I can really rectify it. I don't know, I kind of disagree that it looks too modern. I mean, if you look at many cars from the time, it's sort of had this kind of thing going on. But, you know, I'm not a judge. And, you know, you want to appeal to the judge when you're entering a competition. It's not really about what you think at the end of the day. Because if you want to win, you build the thing that's going to win, not the thing you like. I mean, I personally like to at least incorporate a bit of what I like, but there we go. Consistency, I mean, they said nothing really called out from the front to the rear. Maybe we can kind of make these taillights a bit angrier. Ah, perfect, you can fill these in. That's good. It looks ridiculous in pink, but when I make it normal, it'll be fine. Yeah, these taillights don't really want to sort of cover up the other ones. They all sort of overlap and mesh with each other, which isn't particularly great for what I was thinking. So instead, I think what we're going to do is just turn these into indicators and just sort of enlarge it. It'll look a bit odd, but I mean, this taillight array was already pretty complex, so it'll be fine. It'll look normal. Who knows? Hopefully, at least. It's the only way I can sort of complete the angry look. There we go. Yeah, I mean, up close, it's not great, but you know, from a distance, it does at least look fine. So I'll take it, and then this big central bit, I suppose we can just sort of enlarge and what's happened to it? Now, did I put it in like a very specific place? And if you move it, it just breaks. That's totally possible. Oh no, what have I done? I can't move anything from here. Oh, there we go. That's looking normal now. Must have just been a weird glitch. Whatever, this game's in early access. It's allowed to do that. Yeah. And anyway, I mean, I'm not going to complain about a game as fantastic as this. Doing something as minor as that won't exactly affect many people. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. It kind of looks angry now. Maybe a bit more reminiscent of the front, like that, so that it. Yeah, really, I want it to sort of line up with the red, the diagonal, and just that sort of there to fill in the gap. The already too modern looking rear light cluster just got more modern. Yeah, I remember why I sort of stopped I made the bottom bit so thin now. Yeah, there's a bump going along the back there that sort of, yeah, looks less than pretty now that I've highlighted the rear like that, but it's fine. From a distance it looks okay and not like totally just thrown together. Yeah, I don't know. It looks alright-ish. Yeah, I don't know. It does what I wanted it to do, which is to look kind of angry and angular. Yeah, I'm not sure if I prefer it, but it does at least attempt to call back to the front of the car. To be honest, I kind of disagree with that whole consistency thing, but it's what they're judging on, so you know, you sort of do it. Even if it looks awful. One other thing then, what other minor things? Well, it's got a radio now, so I suppose we'll do that. Hopefully when I change it to white it'll look fine. Or black and white at least. Yeah, I assume like cars would have had like those shark fin sort of things, right? Just sort of make it a bit wider. I suppose what I wanted to try was one of the other cars in the competition use these as like sort of the window washer spindles, so I want to see if I can figure out. At least I think it was these. That looks dumb. Maybe it's a different one. Yeah, maybe. Because if I shorten these, yeah. Yeah, there we go. And then make it bonnet coloured, because the bonnet's black because it's angry and sporty. I did make this bonnet colour, let's hope so. It's crude, definitely. The entire thing is crude, very aggressive looking. Yeah, there we go, everything's back to black. How does it look? Let's disable the morphing before I make something dumb happen. Kind of want to fix the front. I saw somebody use the aerial fixtures actually in the 80s premium, not the finals, but it may have made it into the finals, I'm not sure. But when the cars had aerials as sort of like a front split thing, which could be interesting to try and implement. To be honest, I don't think it really suits this car. Yeah, I don't know, here's my angry sort of revised competition car. I could probably spend many more hours trying to make it better. Below 150, that's not good. And I know I could sort of probably make it like super aggressive on fuel and things like that, and it'd do far better, but I sort of have like standards and things. It's like I like to make cars more on the lean side. I refuse to use single overhead cam. It has to be dual overhead cam. And tiny engines because I'm not American. Also, yeah, fuel injection. Those are sort of like my standard things, and then other things like it has to be at least 5-speed and has to be short geared. Because, yeah, things like that. But, yeah, otherwise, not really sure what else I can do. Lowering the top speed. Definitely going to help with the thing, make the tyres a bit cheaper. As I said, yeah, gear ratio. I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop myself while I'm ahead. And now my computer's just encountered an error. So, oh hey, low on disk space. That's cool. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna end it off now. I suppose I'll give it a test run to end it off. But yeah, around, I don't know, yeah, sure, the airfield, we can see what it did. I had a previous video, so we can compare times, I guess. It'll be slower, but yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and until next video, goodbye.